Hey, this is Xenokron, and I am back. I am doing the career agent missions, starting with the Enforcer, which I believe used to be the security. But I wanted to point out, I really like this. Now, I know all the regular EVE accounts get their daily gifts, but this is actually kind of cool for new players. So they're giving you a mix of credits, an accelerator, you get a frigate and a skin. I don't know if you get to choose or if it's random. Then we get a destroyer ship and skin. They give you a booklet for it, another accelerator. So I think this is kind of cool. So the first 15 days that you log in. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool. If you need to know how to get them, oops, wrong one. You click down here and you can redeem them. Now you got to watch the amount of time that you have to redeem because they will not last forever. So I'm going to go ahead and accept these because those actually have times. I am not going to use the skill points though. Like I said, I'm kind of waiting up for a skill that I really want to learn, and then I don't want to have to wait. So let's see here. I accepted this, but let's see here. It says acquire these goods. So I need to acquire secret documents, and I need to drop off, I believe that is here, yep. Oh, it's actually in here. And so it says you will be granted this item if you accept the mission. So it gave me 2 guns. So I want to kind of save my Merlin. So let's see here. Still have the rounds. There's my 2 guns. So let's go ahead and let's fit those to this. You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and use this. So your ship fitting window is right here. And that opens up your fitting. So I had already put the civilian Gatling guns and that on there. But let's go ahead and take those off. That's already 1, so let's go ahead and put these other 2 on there. So we'll be able to use 3 different weapons. Don't forget though, these actually take rounds or ammunition as opposed to the civilian one, which didn't take anything. Though that did not do a whole lot of damage, and it did not have very good range. I'm going to go ahead and put this biology skill in, and so that's that. I don't want to get too much into buying parts and stuff, so actually I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and play it like a newer player. So I've got that, and I'm going to go ahead and start my mission. Alright, so warp to the site. We got to get cargo papers. You can click right here. We can read the details or start a conversation, but this will tell us. So we need to get these papers here. So destroy the runner drone to receive the secret documents. So we'll have to destroy it and then go up and loot it to get it. So we have a Weber drone, and what webs do is they slow you down. So I have a much better on an orbit at 7,500. I am going to put my 2 Weber drones on the outside because I want to hit those. So let's see our range. So optimal is 3,300. Fall off is 65. So let's go ahead, change this to 6,500, and let's go ahead. And so now we are webbed. If you notice, speed is slowing down. When you are slower, you will take a lot more damage. So I started shooting. I can shoot this guy right here. There we go. Notice you do a lot more damage with those 3 guns. And we're going to go ahead and orbit this guy. I'm going to move this kind of out of the way. And that way anybody who's within range I can go ahead and hit. So those guys are still quite a ways off. So I can't hit them yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out. And I'm going to go ahead and start orbiting. So he is way too far out. There we go. These guns do make it nice and easy, that's for sure. So, so we already have our, so we didn't actually have to go and loot them this time. Sometimes they go into your cargo, sometimes they don't. This is one of those times. I was going to go get that guy, but he ended up warping off. So we're going to go ahead and turn this in. So this mission was nice and easy, very quick. You do have to remember, keep an eye on your ammunition. And I actually think I was in too much of a hurry. So yeah, oh no, okay, I did have extra ammo in there. Woo! A lot of dead shuttles out here. A lot of dead shuttles. Somebody's been busy at the gate. So we're going to go ahead and turn this in. And another mission done. So now we have 3 done. So now we're going to go ahead and get our 4th mission. And this time we're going to get an afterburner instead of a civilian one, a regular one. And we're going to get almost 200,000. So let's read it. Objectives: warp to the dead space area, find the Stargate, and approach it. So we will not have to do any fighting, it doesn't look like. And we aren't going to have to really do any deliveries. So we just have to approach Stargate. Alright. Wow, that is a ton of shuttles.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I don't know if somebody's still killing people or what. Looks like maybe that Gnosis. I don't know. Alright, so what? Oh, see, now this is something I do quite often. I forgot to hit accept on it. So it's going to be right here. And let's go ahead and do it. Now remember, high sec is high security, but there's always people who will kill others. And I don't know if this is from a war, probably not, since he is showing as a suspect, but always be careful. Alright, so we need to approach a gate. Now as you... Oh, I just locked up. There we go. So when you get farther along, you will not actually have things like this blue highlighted thing. This is more for new players and stuff like that. So notice how my bar here is going. So the closer I get to it, the more it fills out. I'm going to move this way a little bit so I don't bump into that thing. Don't want to get caught in anything. All right. So we have approached it, and now we get to go ahead and dock up. And again, you won't have this highlight blue either like that. That is just something for newer players. Now notice how I'm starting to take some damage. All right. So another mission down. So I finished another tracker activity for stuff and got some standings increase.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right. Let's go ahead and turn this in. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, so I get a regular afterburner. And so I'm going to go ahead and complete that. I am going to go ahead and fit that onto my ship. So I'm going to remove the civilian, and I'm going to put this here. Now you can drag it over, or you can right click and hit fit to active ship. And I'm going to top off my ammo, and let's go ahead and take our next mission. So this time, meet up with the pirate at the repair outpost, follow instructions, and report back. So it's going to give us a civilian kinetic shield hardener, and that is going to be when we accept. So we're going to want to go ahead and put that on. We're going to get another about 500k. So to hammer, that was the one that warped off at that 1.2 missions ago. So it says, be careful, you don't have to kill the man, but he assassinated people. So, okay, so maybe we're going to fight him, maybe not. We'll see. So, your shield hardeners will go into your medium slots. So, you can go ahead and fit like that. Or, like I said, you can just drag it over and put it there. And what this does is when you click on it, it will give you a boost to your shields. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll get a lot more in detail on another video specifically on ship fittings. But when you simulate, it shows your damage, what you will do. So like I'm doing 32.6 DPS with all my guns. This would be if you overheat, and that is something we'll get into later on as well. But if you notice, the damage went up. But when you overheat your guns, you can go ahead, or anything you overheat, you can burn it out so it doesn't work anymore. And so here is our hardener. So if you notice, this here says kinetic. So this is our kinetic area. So our shields are 64. If you overheat, it turns to 68. If you turn it off, it goes down to 48. So when you have this activated, when it's green, it boosts up your kinetic resistance. So, exit simulation. So we're going to go ahead and run this mission real quick. So I don't know if we're going to have to fight and kill him or not. Warp to site.
Warp drive active.
I don't know what they're doing with all those shuttles. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know if he's trying to pad his kill board, but shuttles don't really... They're no big sign of PvP, so I don't know what they're doing. Alright, so there's our guy. So we need to go ahead and approach. It wants us to orbit, so let's go ahead and orbit him. I'm going to target him too, just in case we need to shoot. Oh, it wants me to target him anyway. So I'm going to turn this on here, and I'm going to turn on my shield hardener. So, gives us a lot of information. I was wondering if it was going to tell me we need to kill him or something. Alright, so it doesn't really say. No, here it says destroy. So, yep, we need to destroy him. So, we're going to go ahead and destroy. Now, he's a little bit out of our range. So, let's change our orbit. Let's go closer. He's flying a little bit faster ship, and we have our afterburner on, so we're doing a little bit faster. So I want to go ahead and slow down, try to get, see now how we're missing a lot? When you're going too fast, your guns have a hard time tracking the target. So now if you notice, now we're hitting them a lot more. There's a lot less missing because we're going slower so the guns can keep up with it. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and talk.
Warp drive active.
So we can turn that off. Now, you can reload all your guns, or you can reload them one at a time. I'm just going to hit reload all. Always a good idea to make sure you have plenty of ammo loaded. My gosh. It's a lot of the same names over and over again, too, so they're definitely doing something specific. It's got to be that guy. Alright, so go ahead and talk. So we get our stuff complete. And there's our money. So now we're almost up to 2 million. So we're going to go ahead and do one more mission. And this time we're going to get an ocular filter. This will help us speed up our training time, and 205,000. Our object is to destroy his outpost. You will find it in the final room of the complex. So this one we're going to have to use gates to get through stuff. Alright, so what I am going to do as well is I'm going to add a little bit more ammo to it. So there we go. Yeah, I should be good. So we're going to go ahead and head on out. Warp to site.
Drive active.
Now, if you notice, those are all yellow. That means if you try to loot them, you will become a suspect and other people can shoot you. So I don't know if that's what that guy's doing, trying to bait a fight or something, or what. Alright, so this is an acceleration gate. This takes you into a lot of your missions. So we're going to go ahead and warp. So once we get within 2,500, it'll start our warp.
Warp drive active.
And away we go. So there is the next acceleration gate we need. So we're going to go there. We got to kill these 4 hostiles before we go to it. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn that on. Approaching the gate. But when I get... Let's change this to 3,000. Let's make it 3,500. I think our optimal is like 33. So I'm going to go ahead and start orbiting this guy. Go. I'm going to take out this guy while he's close. Put in an orbit for him. Okay. That one's fallen away. So now more have come in, so we've got to take out the rest of these guys before we can start. I'm just going to stay orbiting that guy, and then anybody who is close enough, they're going to fall away, so okay. I'm going to turn off my afterburner so my guns will apply better. So once he's about dead, I'll go ahead and orbit the next one. Then orbit the next one. And the next one. You get the idea. As long as you keep orbiting all the ones that are close, you can keep shooting without having to worry about kind of going too far away. So now these guys are a little bit farther, so we're going to go ahead and start going in towards the gate again. I'm going to turn this on so we can get closer. I'm also going to make a video on overviews, because right now this overview is horrible. But I'm not going to worry about that now. Alright, going to turn that off. Now I'm going to start to orbit this guy. Alright, so it doesn't look like anybody else is going to show up, so we're going to go ahead and finish getting towards our gate so we can warp away and hit the next room.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so there is the outpost. We're going to go ahead and orbit it. Now, a lot of times when you hit an outpost and you start shooting it, ships will arrive. So it says, I would recommend leaving the loot in the rack after you obliterate the structure. You would not want to be caught trying to jump between systems with contraband. So a lot of times these structures will have things that are considered contraband. And there are certain ships, they will either find you or shoot at you, depending on the ship, if you are caught with stuff that you shouldn't have. There's drugs in the game, there's slaves, there's all kinds of things. So, as I was saying, usually things spawn up, and in this case they did. Now, we've got these gate guns, and those could do a lot of damage, so I am going to start heading towards those. And I'm going to keep shooting at that until I get out of range. But I'm going to start orbiting this next thing. It looks like we might actually get to kill it before it gets out of range. There we go. And so now I'm going to take out these gate guns first. Or not gate guns, but these guns. Well, technically, I can leave, but if you notice, there's bounty. So right now, I'm not taking too much damage. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep an eye on my damage, but I'm going to go ahead and take these out. I'm getting extra points for them. Extra ISK or money. So as long as I'm not taking too much damage, I don't mind. However, I am missing a lot, so I'm going to slow down. Now, slowing down might mean I get hit more, but it's also going to allow me to do more damage. So I just got to keep an eye and keep kind of a balance between how much I'm getting hit and how much damage I'm putting out. But so far, I'm not getting hit very much, so. Yeah, our bounty is 20,000. So I'm going to go ahead, orbit this guy. And this guy's close, so I'm going to shoot at him since he's close while I wait to get back in range for this. There we go. And I might as well take this guy out too. Now I'll take this thing out, and then we'll go ahead and go back. So whenever you're doing any kind of mission, a lot of times you can leave before everything is dead, and that's really up to you. You know, if you're not taking that much damage and you don't mind spending the extra time, you want to try to earn a little bit more ISK, then go ahead. If you're taking a lot of damage or you're just trying to blitz through, burn through everything quickly, then don't worry about it. I usually try to make the extra money. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and dock up.
Warp drive active.
I'm going to go ahead, reload my guns, so they are ready to go for the next fight.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Docking permission requested.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead, turn this in. Complete mission. Now, I'm going to end the video here, but before I do, I want to show you a couple of things. So here we have our air career program. And so, first of all, these are things that I've earned so far by doing these. So I've earned 25,000 ISK, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000, and 37,500. So I'm going to go ahead and claim that extra ISK. And then we've also earned a bundle. So it says there's 2 items in the bundle. So I'm going to claim it. And then what you do is you go here, just like you do with your dailies. So we have a social skill book. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Now I'm going to leave these here. I just kind of interested to see how much ISK will be saved up by the time I'm finished doing just these first 10 missions. So I won't do that. Now if I click here, so career agent missions, so now it's showing how many I have to go. So this will give you a lot of different things you can do different stuff on. So I'm going to go ahead and close this for now. And I am going to stop here. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. And in the very near future, I will be doing a bunch of videos on a lot of the basics of EVE, so you can learn how to do that stuff. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and head out. So remember, fly dangerous.